Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you how to get into rescue mode on a Centos 7 system, and also how to reset a root password if you don't know it on a Centos 7 system that's using System D. So it also has SE Linux running as well. So with SE Linux it makes things a little bit more complicated, but I will show you that now. So I'm just going to reboot the system so we can get to the grub to bootloader. Oops, I shut down the system. Whoops. Let me just pause the system and I'll get the CentOS back up and running. Okay, so now I have the Centos 7 grub 2 bootloader up. So what I want to do is press E to edit, and I want to go down to the kernel line, which has Linux 1.6. It may say just Linux depending on the operating system you're using. I'm going to press Control E to go to the end of the line, and I'm going to remove the last two options, quiet and RHGB. Now, if you want to boot into rescue mode on a System D system, you would go systemd.unit equals, and then the target that you want to go to. So in this case, we want to go to rescue.target and spell it right. So rescue.target, and then I want to press Control X to boot. So before I do, it's system.d unit equals rescue.target. So press Control X, and now we will boot into our rescue target. But you'll notice that unlike in CentOS 6, it's asking us to give the root password for maintenance. So if I enter the password, you can see that I am now inside the rescue mode. Now, there's also an emergency.target, which has even less functionality than the rescue mode. So if you can't get into rescue for some reason, you could try emergency.target as well. But I'm now going to reboot the system again. Okay, so press E to get in, and if we scroll down to our kernel line, press Control E to get to the end of the line, remove the quiet and the RHGB, and what we're going to do now is we're going to reset the root password, assuming we don't know what it is. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to break on the RAM disk. So we need rd.break. And because we've got SE Linux, we need to turn the enforcing equals 0. So we're not using SE Linux anymore. And so basically we're going to break at the RAM disk, and we're going to set the enforcing to equal 0. So now I'm going to press Control X to boot in. And you can see that now that we've stopped inside the RAM disk instead of continuing to boot up. So at the moment the file system is mounted in read-only mode. So what we want to do is we want to go mount-o remount, read write /sys root. So now what we've done is we've mounted it in read write. So now we want to do root into the sys root. So basically that means that our root file system is now / instead of /sys root. So then what we can do is we can run our passwd command to change our root password. I'm just going to make it password again. And then we are going to exit out, and then we're going to mount-o remount, read only /sys root. So now we have remounted the file system as read only. And actually, I'm going to do it like that. Alright, so now what we want to do is we want to type the exit command so the system will boot up. And we want to log in to our system as a normal user. So now we need to fix up the SE Linux petition. The SE Linux settings. So restore con/etc/shadow, because the shadow file is where the passwords are saved. Okay, if I spell it right, restore con. Okay. So now we've restored the correct SE Linux properties on the etc shadow file. Now we can set enforce. So we're turning as root. So now we've turned SE Linux back on. So now SE Linux is back up and running. So now we have a normal system up and running, and we've changed our root password. So while it is a little bit more involved than on a Centos 6.6 system, you can see that it is still possible to restore a root password if you don't know what it is. You just have to go through a few extra steps. And that's all I wanted to show you in this video, so I will end it there.